stand by for further details. We return tonight to your regularly scheduled program.
We wasn't chasing you, we had a taping too. We came through to do our 1-2 thing. Politics as usual.
Yeah. What up, peoples? What up? This is what it is, man. You know, another session, politics as usual. You know, quarantine edition. Yo, we you know, this is how we got to do it right now. You know what I mean? Everybody got to be the social distancing and everything. So right now, we just got to be, they got to be where they at. I got to be where I'm at. And you know what I mean? This is how we got to do it for right now, man. But, you know, we're going to keep something coming, keep the content coming to the people, keep something interesting for y'all to watch and see. You know what I mean? But right now, you know, we sitting here, yo, salute the life. I'm waiting for Life to chime in right now and do his one till Life of the God chime in, you know what I mean? Got a little special guest host, you know what I mean? You know what it is.
Yeah,
Ralph Lowe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotta come. You know, I'm gonna come hold down politics as usual, life for missing in action. You know, so I'm here.
Yeah, That's what it is, man. And you know, listen, you know, we about saluting the culture and holding it down for the culture and doing our 1-2 and how we do. And you know, right now, you know, I mean, I know y'all see it. You know me, see Cat. Right? Listen, man. Listen, introduce yourself, man. This is what we do. We here, man. This politics usual, part of the culture, and we out there. We right now we taking to Rhode Island, man. Let them know what it is, man. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Pone.
What up? It's Alipone, Pone, pretty low. Fedd Hill 4-1 LoLifes. Yeah, we run Rhode Island.
Fedd Hill LoLifes. Know what I'm saying? Y'all did what they want.
Fedd Hill.
Fedd Hill. I mean,
Fedd Hill. Yeah, Fedd Hill.
Word. You know what I mean? They out there doing their thing out there, man. That's what it is. You know, I be seeing the cookouts, man. The cookouts be, you know, be popping. We got them, and that was what was going on this year. That's why Corona kind of messed things up on our end, because this year, me and Ralph, we was gonna do the world tour. We was hitting everything. You know what I mean?
Sure was. Sure was.
I think this year we're gonna be like, we're either gonna have no cookout at all, or it's gonna be brought down to like 50 people, and we're just gonna take like the original 50 people in Rhode Island that are part of this, because usually we get like 500 people that come to our shit, so it's a lot. We're gonna have to like clip it down, and we'll probably do some kind of pick a couple families and just do a charity for the family. So we'll run it live, and then we'll just have our 50 people, and it'll just be our small little cookout. If we even do one, we might have to just cancel our tradition. It's been 14 years straight we've been doing them shits.
Yeah. That's what's up. But that's how it's gonna be anyway, because of what's going on. Even if it do come to pass and it come a time when we out and about and they saying we can go outside like that, they're gonna make sure that it's like a distancing, like when they come to the park, police there and seeing, making sure there's only a certain amount of people in the area. You know?
Yeah, no, in Rhode Island right now, all the parks and everything are closed, and they let you get, I think it's like 10 people at max could be around each other.
Yeah. That's what they doing for funerals and stuff like that. 10 to max, yeah.
But yeah, I know, because when my aunt died, we had to have a real small funeral. So when this shit passes, we're gonna do like, you know, just a different celebration of life. And it fucks up how we can even mourn.
Yeah, like a lot of me and Doc was talking about that earlier. Like a lot of repasses, you can't even have a proper repass no more because they only allowing 10 people.
Yeah, so you can't go and pay your respects the way you normally would, or it's not like enough people. Like I felt like, you know, my aunt passed. There was 10 of us. We got a way bigger family than 10 of us. So it's like, damn, we can't even have the rest of the family here. You know, how do you pick who can come?
How do you pick
like
who,
certain things.
So you gotta have people to sit in the car, maybe play the, you know, just come out just to sit in the car and be far back and just be there just to show their presence.
Oh, look who joined us from aisle 9.
Look at Life
aisle 9. Yo, let me get some. Let me get some trash bags and some screws, okay?
What up, Lifer?
What's good, son?
How are you?
Man.
I'm good, man. I'm out here struggling, yo.
Live from aisle 9. What you buying?
Huh?
What you in there buying?
I'm here with my old king. He fixing my sink in my kitchen, in my bathroom, right there. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm out here in Lowe's. I'm outside every day. Mask
with no mask on or nothing. You outside every day. No mask, no gloves.
He got it hanging off his ear like a
Oh,
Nike
yeah, I
strap.
see it.
Like
I see it.
like a Nike strap.
Like a Nike strap. What's
Yeah.
good?
Yo, you see, both of y'all got your master. All three of y'all got your master, but y'all two got this old stylish thing going on here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out here.
Man.
I got these. Hey,
I don't got no master here.
You know what the motto is? We here, y'all ain't never there. You heard?
look. Yeah, see my shit.
Oh, look.
Yeah, that's
see,
nice.
He got the low. See, like
nice.
he put the pieces out. Yo, how is it out there anyway with it? They really walking around with the masks on?
Yeah, you're not allowed in the store without a mask on.
I think that's everywhere now, dog.
No, it's not, because I ain't got no mask on. Look, my shit hanging. Look.
But you got one hanging, though. But you got one hanging.
Yeah, you walked in with that bitch on.
Yeah, you just can't.
You walked in the door that was on your face.
I can't sit my douce with my mask on, yo. I'm trying to sit my douce.
Cause dog, they got people at the door stopping you, saying, "Yo, you can't even come in my store."
Oh, they won't serve you at the counter.
Yeah, they'll stop you at the door.
Shit. That's crazy.
Earlier today, I had to take my shirt. I forgot my shit in the car. I had to take my shirt, walk in the store like this.
Yeah. I see a lot of people doing that.
It's good seeing you, bro. Like, you made me feel real good right now, son. Word up.
It's kind of lame. We probably won't have our barbecues this year, though.
Yeah.
Listen, we push through to the park and be 6 feet away from each other. So what?
Yeah.
Say the word, Lo. Say the word, Lo.
There you go again.
Say the word, Lo. Come on, boy.
There you go.
Yo, oh man.
They were just telling us how you go everywhere. You don't see no quarantine.
I've been outside since it started.
Out of control. Out of control.
I ain't get it yet.
You ain't get it yet?
I ain't get it yet.
Get out of there.
What you waiting to get it?
He said yet. He said he ain't get it yet.
I ain't get it yet.
You waiting for it.
Waiting
on it.
I mean, if I get it, it's gonna bust my ass. I'm gonna keep it all the way tall with y'all. It's gonna bust my ass. It's over. But I ain't gonna be scared. I'm not scared.
Yo, Pone, when did what year did the Fedd Hill LoLifes get established?
Great question.
Like 2009, 2010. Probably about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I met up with Rack and he started to come down here. We started doing shows. Me, Rack, Sean B, MOP. We started doing like shows in Rhode Island because me and Japan had to connect with one of the clubs out here that would still let you do that kind of hip hop.
Your life up. We hearing your background. Yeah.
But yeah, to answer the question, I said about 10 years ago, I hooked up with Rack, and then Rack started introducing me to everybody and making plugs here and there. And Sean P had some shows out here, and Has hit me up and plugged me in with Sean P. And then so I started doing every Sean P show he had out here, right up until when he passed. I was like, every joint that he had out here, and then and that was it. Like we would do like Night of Low and Lyrics, how Rack had the Night of Low and Lyrics. We did that here. We did it in Mass. We did it in Connecticut. Just like a little circuit out here. But that's basically where it started. And then, Rack would come down. Sean P would come down. And then eventually Thirst started coming down.
Yeah, because when I came home in '99, that was in '99, 2000, that's where they was going. They was going to Boston. I couldn't go. I was on parole. Big Man was going down to Boston. That's why the videos and stuff that I see when they was in Boston on the stage with Eli and everybody and Big Man, I was like, yo, I was supposed to have been out there with the Thurston and all of them that time, but I didn't go because I was on parole. And I said, you know what? Hey, man, I'm going to just go chill, be here, and do what I got to do, man, and stay safe, man. Plus, Big Man, he was a watchtower. Yo, you don't need to be, just stay right there, just chill.
Thinking he's somebody's father, as always.
Just chill. Yo, just chill. But word, But that's what's up, man. I mean, that's what that's how most, that's how a lot of
I'm
dudes.
about to meet my daughter. I can hear her looking for me. What, baby? Come here. Come here.
Family affair.
Well, we inside. We inside anyway.
Right there. Me and Pone go way back, yo. Whoa.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. All right. Hey, what's your name?
Stay Corona safe. Stay Corona safe.
You want grilled cheese?
Yeah, I want a grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. I want one too. I want one too.
Shut my door.
Set him right down 4.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. But that's what's up. So I mean, shout out some of the cats that out there in the crew. That's I guess that's noticeable cats that's started with you and started running with the Fedd Hill.
In Rhode Island,
yeah.
It was Japan, Japlo, Trigger Trends. Then there's Vales Low. There was Jeff Low. Like a lot of us just slapped we didn't do the skis. Everybody was just low out here. We didn't do any of like the extra. Everybody was just low at the end. And well, those were people. Oh, there's Low Cell, G-Force. They did like a cycle crew. There was like a whole G-Force and Low Cell, and they were original Rhode Island low heads too. And there's so many now.
Low Cell RLPC too.
Huh? Yeah.
Low Cell RLPC.
Low Cell is Rhode Island's RLPC.
That's a fact.
Basically. And but he's also a LoLife, one of the original Rhode Island LoLifes out here. There wasn't too, what I mean? Like there wasn't too many. He was one of the first in Rhode Island anyway. And he does graffiti. He helped us make we had shirts. He would help us make our shirts and shit. I fuck with Low Cell.
Indeed.
He comes to cookouts every year.
Indeed.
He shows up. And then we connected with we're friends with like the Mass LoLifes. That's Ajax Low and PAU Gets and what's up, baby?
Yeah, so you gotta definitely come out there and show love to the Fedd Hood love and stuff when everything open up, and just have like a real super big real big
barbecue. Nice shit, yeah.
And like
done decent.
Man, yo, Ali, you know how we do it, son.
Oh yeah, boy, here you go, dog.
Yeah. Hey, you guys haven't been to a cookout in a while either. They came one year. We had a real good time out here.
Indeed.
It was you guys came by the busload that year.
Indeed.
Yeah. RLP, them do RLPC.
Yo, we parked the bus in the park. We had a bus in the park.
And then we got now we got even bigger lots because it keep getting bigger every year. And we put up instead of 2 bounce houses, we got to put up 4. We got to put up 4. I think next year I'm going to get a Ferris wheel.
Oh Lord!
That's for the kids. That attraction, you got to bring something for the kids.
Kids will love that.
We usually put up 4 bounce houses. I got a 40-foot obstacle course. We got just like a smaller one for the smaller kids, because there's so many different age groups now. It's like you can't just have the little kids in with the big kids because they get knocked around.
They try to take over. Yeah, they try to take over.
They get so little kids come out crying. So like, all right, you little kids, you get that one over there. Mm-hmm. Everybody can use this one. The big kids use this one, and then we build it like that. And then we have a section on the side because it's 2 lots, but each of them lots usually is just one. It's usually just one party per lot. You know what I mean? But we take both the lots, and the lots, they hold a couple hundred people each.
Okay,
so,
that's what's up.
So the cookouts originated off of just in my backyard. It started just in my backyard, just a couple of us, and we were just celebrating our brothers' lives and our own lives, and everybody had passed. And so it just built off of that. And then it was an invite only thing. It used to be just like, unless you were really one of us, you're not coming to our cookout. You couldn't just come
to a nigga crib, to a house and backyard and all that, right?
And then it got bigger and bigger to the point where it's like I can't even control it anymore. I just have to have somebody stand out there and direct traffic, and I can't. And then the park rangers, because we've done it there 14 years now. So the Park Rangers are hip to it. Every time I come to office, it's like, oh, you guys are having a cookout. I'm like, yeah. So they take the Rangers and they set them up all around the park for us, and they guide the people when they're coming in and tell them where to go and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
a little
what's up
bigger
then.
every year.
Yeah, that's
But
Yeah.
That's
but
good.
the
Man,
point of this
love.
cookout is the memories of we have this thing at the bottom of our flyer, and everybody's name that passed away is at the bottom. I mean, we even got some of the OG LoLifes on that flyer. We put it every fucking year. We got I know we got Boosted Billy on that flyer. Like and it goes on every year. Like we don't take names off the flyer. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Facts.
That's what's up. That's
Facts.
what's up. That's you gotta keep that going now right there. Even with this going on with Corona, we still don't stop next year.
Well, that's
right
why
back.
even if it's only 50 of us, we're still gonna do it. And every year around 4:30, we take a group shot. If you ever went to my Facebook and you looked at the Fedd Hill Cookout, it's part of me. You'll see it go from like
That shit crazy, son. I was there. That shit crazy, yo.
you see it go from 6 people to like 400, 500 people. Like that's how big that shit's grown.
Okay, not to cut you over. What I want to know is from you, because I know you can't answer for all y'all, but for you, what made you like generate like? What was it about Ralphie that drew you to it?
Honestly, when I was young, one of my big homies, he was from Queens, and he had come out here when I met him when I was like 9, 10 years old, and we didn't really wear polo out on the outside of our body. We only wore it on our bed sheets, our underwear, our socks. We didn't wear anything undergarment that wasn't polo. That was it. That was all we wear. Like we would check each other. Oh, what'd you wear? And he brought that, and so from that as a kid, it just always kind of stuck in my head. And then as I got older, you know, and I seen, and you know, he ended up going away, and so as I got older, though, I seen other people like wearing the low, and it was cool to me. It's like I didn't learn it through commercials, TV commercials. I learned it through the guy on my block. You know what I mean? Like I learned it through my mans I ride with him all the time. And then when I seen more New York heads do it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, oh, so we don't just wear it as underwear anymore. And
it's other pieces.
It's more to it.
Then I just started just getting it all, finding everything, and then trying to be as like flamboyant as I can with it, like just to shove it in people's faces as much as I possibly could. You know, now that I'm older, like I'll go out and I won't even wear any low sometimes. It just depends on what I feel like wearing.
Yeah, sometimes it depends what you wear. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
being a low life, it's for me it's different. You know, it's more of like showing up. It's more of putting in whatever little work I can put in. If someone's out here and they need my help, I'm gonna pick them up. I'm gonna show them around Rhode Island. Like whenever anybody comes to Rhode Island, I'm who they come check with. Like not check in, but come chill with. You know what I mean? Like
Well, it is checking in because we had a thing about that because that is your city. And if we come there, it is just to pay respect so you can show us around where to go, where not to go. You know what I mean? So it is checking in. You know what I mean? We got to learn your city. We don't know your city when we come to your city.
I'm just saying in the respectful manner, like checking in as friends, like not on no.
See, because you know what it is. See, a lot of places use it in a certain way, in a certain form, but then you got certain people like for me, if it depends on how a person say the N-word negative to you, that's you're gonna take it a certain way, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If a person tell you, yo, like if I tell Ralph, I gotta go down, I'm going to Brooklyn to go check Ralph. I'm gonna check my boy Ralph. I'm gonna check in with my boy, you know what I mean? That ain't, it ain't at that point. It ain't no harmful way. Like I'm doing something that he making me do, or I'm out of pocket or nothing. That's brotherly love. I'm gonna check on my.
I'm saying check in out of love. Checking out of love.
Yeah, but now if somebody come to you on something on another way and say, yo, they gotta check in when they come through, but don't give you that like, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, this is my brother. I'm not saying he got to check in that way.
Yeah, that's something like extortion shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's pressure.
That's pressure.
That's pressure.
Look out of here.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know you to be checking in with you. Why should I check in with you now?
No, my point where I was getting at is whenever
everything is love, son.
As they started to come down, we were more of like the gateway. You know what I'm saying? Like you come to Rhode Island, you need to see something. We're gonna show it to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
like so when Mayhem came down, I put him on to some food he ain't never tried before.
Yeah.
I brought, you know, thirst. Anybody needs something, they come out here. They fuck with us. When Sean P came down here, he used to bring me gifts. P used to come. He gave me this big ass polo teddy bear that's way too big for me to fucking wear, because you know he's like fucking 6'8". It was like one of his shirts, and he was like, "Here, son," and I was stupid because you know it was a little teddy bear and it was a gift from P. So I still got that shirt. Actually, you know what? I'll pull it out right now. I got the bit. It's nice shit.
Let me see what you got there.
He got me with the double XL. But
ooh, I'm like me, dog.
All right.
But when he came down, he was like, "Here, son." And I could never wear it, but I kept it. I kept it. Once my studio's built, I'll probably like, you know, do one of the box frames things and hang it up in the studio.
Yeah, from Sean P. So Pone, when did you start rhyming?
Oh man, I wrote my first rap in like 6th grade, and I performed it for the first time in 6th grade. And it was like a DARE program in my school, like, and the police officer comes in, you know how like to do like the DARE program thing, and he's holding up a bag of weed, and it was like, you know, like a $30 bag of weed or whatever, and he was showing the class, and he's like, "See this right here? This goes for $100 on the streets." And I looked at him, and just like out of instinct, I was like, "I get that for $30." And I was in 6th grade at the time, and he knew I was right. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew that it wasn't no $100 worth of bud. And so he's like, so it just turned into like this little contest he had with me, and I was like a hard head. So he's like, "Oh, you think you're tough?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What kind of music you listen to?" And now rap had just hit Rhode Island. It really wasn't even out here like that. And I was like, I listened to rap music because I thought it was like the cool thing. I'm in 6th grade, you know what I mean? So, so he's like, "All right, well, you're gonna rap in front of the whole school." I was like, "I don't care." The whole time I cared, but I was in this contest with this with this police officer, like, you know, like just a little kid mentality. But to this day, since he challenged me to rap in front of the whole school, and I went and I did it, I've never been afraid to rap in front of anybody. Like I've been.
So he broke your stage fright.
Oh yeah, he actually just broke it all instantly. I didn't even know what stage fright was. I was too young. I never really got to figure it out. It's just like, "You're gonna do this," and I was like, "All right, fuck you, I'll do it." So I wrote this whole rap. I took that old Vanilla Ice, dun, 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 and it was like, you know, cassettes at the time. It wasn't even CDs. And I had a karaoke machine, and I just kept looping the beginning of that dun, 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 and I just kept looping the beginning of the beat onto another cassette, and just kept recording it until I made the whole beat out of like on the cassette. And then I went in front of the school and performed that shit. And I've been writing ever since. Even if I'm not recording anything or I haven't been putting out material, I'm always writing. I figured this out the other day. Like it's I was like stressed out, and I have a studio, but I don't always go into it. And I was having like one of them days, and I'm just like, and I found myself at the studio going. I was like, "Yo, this is what I do. Every time I get frustrated, I go and I write." Like that's been what I do my entire fucking life.
Yes. Stress reliever. Stress reliever.
Expression. I get to express myself. I get to leave some kind of legacy. I get to have my thoughts heard by other people.
Oh yeah.
It does a lot. And then it's like the feeling of these words are gonna last longer than me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna leave these words, and one day I'm gonna be gone, but these words are still gonna be here. These visuals are still gonna be here. This is legacy. This is my contribution to my legacy, to the Fedd Hill, to the LoLifes. This is what I get to leave behind, you know. And to me, that's part of putting in work. Like everybody's like, oh, hey, you got to put in work. Well, you need to figure out what it is you do and put your work on that angle. Like you do your podcast. That's your putting in work. You know what I mean?
Right.
The rest of the world might look at it like, oh, how much money you making? Like, I don't give a fuck. This is my work. This is my crew.
Work, yeah.
This is part of it. Like, I'll figure
out
out
your legacy. It's part of your legacy.
And
not just in the low life movement though. This is part of your rhyming. While you rhyming and expressing yourself, you're leaving your legacy for your daughter, for your grandkids and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So everything is connected. It is everything. It is my thoughts. So yeah, first and foremost myself, but I also represent other things. You know what I mean? I'm also part of other things and other people in a way. You know, like in a sense, everybody that's a low life represent me in a way, and I represent them in the same way. So, you know, how he carries himself could have an effect on how somebody might look at me and vice versa.
Because it's a reflection of you. If we all say we won, what one does reflect back on the other ones.
Same thing. It's like that's how like it's like the best way I could think about it is like the police. One person go do something. They're all in that.
The whole task force is on.
All you motherfuckers is part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they like with us. It's like one of you. Now we could be like, I don't even know that dude. I don't fuck with him. But somebody in the crew does. Somebody brought him in and brought him around. So he is connected somehow. And that's how I see that.
True indeed, though, definitely.
So
let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the movement in general, like the whole movement?
Man, when I first started coming around, I felt this boost of energy from everybody. Like I felt like it was growing. I believe you were probably locked up at the time.
Yeah.
Because I heard your name, but it was like more like stories, like oh, Ralph Lowe come home, but like you know what I mean, like
right.
And so I don't even know. I don't even. You came home recently?
Yeah, October last year.
Yeah. So for the majority of the time, I believe you probably were locked up, but there was this energy of everybody's like, this could become anything. It could go anywhere, and it did. It started growing. It ended up in Spain and France, and everybody was working together. Then I don't know what happened because I'm not there in New York behind the politics.
Right.
But I seen some of the older heads that we looked up to and that we
politics. I like that.
Based our moves around with like button heads. You know what I mean? Maybe not in a way where the rest of the world could see it, but in a way that if you're a low life, you know, like, all right, he's throwing shots at him. He's throwing shots at him. These guys are upset about something. And, you know, and it caused some kind of like pause in the growth. Like, I think some people didn't want the growth. Like, some people were mad that there were just some idiots that could buy polo. And now they're like, oh, I'm a low life, but not seeing like the bigger picture of how it could grow into. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So, and I think that kind of like, I think that kind of slowed down the growth of the low lives at some point. You know what I mean? To where it's like, it's where it's at. But there was a point where it was like grow, and now it's there. I'm not saying it's shrunk. I'm just saying it stopped. It stopped a growth at one point in time. It stopped growth recently, I'd say. Like, I feel like there has to be some kind of maybe like some kind of reunification where everybody like shit like this, where people could see like, all right, well, dudes in New York and Rhode Island, and we grab one of the guys from one of the other states and keep everything back together. Because once they see that, then that's when it'll start growing again.
Right.
I think because any type of controversy at the top, the people that are underneath, they don't know where to go. Like then I'm not gonna pick a side if two of the OGs stop beefing. Do you know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
puts
right,
me
right,
in a
right.
weird position. If I'm not picking a side because I fuck with both of y'all and I'm in a whole nother state and I don't even know what the hell's going on, so I'm stuck.
Right.
Yo,
What you
fellas,
basically
do
saying,
me a
though?
favor, fellas, we're gonna end this one. Log right back in real quick.
All right, you got to give me a minute. Give me a minute. All right.
All right.
All right, I'm right here.